So, hey Jabba, good morning, buddy. How you doing? Hope you slept well. You went tossing and turning all night, being pissed off at me. You know, it's bad enough I ruin your day. Being pissed off at me all day. Hope it's not affecting your sleep now. You have enough medical problems as it is. You don't need insomnia on top of it. A few more people told me a few more things. So what, you saying you got water retention or something? Explaining why you have more chins than a Chinese phone book and your legs fat and you can't touch your belly and this and that. Okay. It's making your heart fill up with water. What kind of medication you take for that? That should be serious, right? It should be very serious when your heart fills up with water. What medication you taking for that? I know what kind of medication is prescribed. Auntie Billy's your nurse. So I know some things from people that know from experience. They deal with it. It's their livelihood. I know what it's called. I want to see if you know what it's called or if you can even pronounce it. Put your whole fucking life story up. Oh, I got a good suggestion. When you start going around to garages, to apply for a job, while you're filling out the application, try not to fart. That won't look good, okay? Then I heard you offered up a boatload of excuses. I guess now you have your reason why, you won't be able to do anything with the Chevy. I guess that rockin' Rowdy Olds is completely out of the question, right? That fucking hair in my mouth. It's better than having a pickle in my mouth, right? So now you're already wet. Like Sanford, you're doing the same thing. Well, might be a while. Fuck. Got it. Might be a while before you get back to the Chevy because, you're in real bad health. Your heart's filling up with water. Better take that medication, really. You said you got medical care now. That's good. So go get your medication. Then again, you were very reluctant to get your medication when you were released from the hospital after being taken off life support. You didn't bother to stop on your way home and get the medication. A day or two had gone by, you were still ranting on videos, didn't get your medication yet. Don't do that again. That's not good. You got to be responsible. Making excuses with your interior. It's kind of funny, said you. You ever put a headliner in? I've never put one in, but I've seen it done. I had a headliner sag on one car one time. I had an old junky shitbox. An old Toyota Celica, like a 72 or 71 or something. Thing was all fucked up. I got it for like $150. It had been hit a few times. The guy that had it. It was blue. Driver's door was tan. Passenger door was red. Primer spots on it here and there, dents, things. It barely passed inspection to get it on the road. But that was a winter car, winter beater. I gotta tell you, man, though, those Toyota 20R 4-cylinder engines, those fucking things don't die, man. They just run and run and run. I got through 6 winters with that because we used to take our cars off the road for the winter. That's when we did most of our work. Because we drove our cars. Besides hot rodding them, we used them for work and shit. We had to. So over the winter, we wanted an engine rebuild, cam upgrade, gear swap, clutch a little shaky. Well, I wait till the spring and the balls fucker put a clutch in over the winter. That's when we'd work on our cars. And we had these winter junks to get around in. And the headliner in that thing was all fucking sagging now. You hit my fucking head to get in the car. I actually took a few thumbtacks. I fucking stuck it in there. I didn't give a fuck. It was a piece of junk. You ever put a headliner in? Like I said, I heard that thing was all sagging and shit. And you're saying, well, you got to stretch it. And there's little triangle clips you got to. Don't you know the headliners are attached to a backing? It's not just a loose piece of fabric that they stretch and put up there. Don't you know that? I don't know what they're using today for a backing on it, but it's a molded fitted backing. That's the shape of the roof. They just put a covering on it. They use a spray adhesive. I've seen it done. I never did it myself. They take that whole thing down. So what you're looking at is the metal frame of the fucking body. The metal structure of the body. that whole thing comes down. They get it out. They clean it. They take a spray adhesive, spray it all. They wait for it to get tack. Then they take whatever fabric or covering that they're going to redo it with, and they do it real good so there's no wrinkles and stuff. And, they start in the center and work it all out. They let it dry. They trim it. Then they put that whole thing back up. I guess you don't know that. I guess you don't know that. Well, I guess all you do is offer up excuses. Your health. I hope you're taking that medication. Really, that's bad. You don't want your heart, filling up with water like that. That's bad. One excuse after another, man. And you obviously don't know what you're doing with this. Hey, who knows? Maybe there's a garage around that's looking for someone that knows how to paint valve covers. Right. For an engine that doesn't run. Never will run. He said, yeah, Brian. He said it won't stay running because he's got a leak in the fuel line. And having a leak in a fuel line was this completely... I've seen fuel lines leak, The car still runs. The car still fucking runs. You just leak in gas. That's not good, You start a fire. But it won't prevent the car from running. And then what? You got to do brakes too. And you got a lot of shit to do. But now you can't because your heart's filling up with water. Okay. Anyway, I'm looking forward to a pretty good day ahead. Hope you are too, Job, or you're going to waddle around there, being pissed off at me again all day. That's up to you, man. That's up to you. For a guy that says he doesn't care about what I say, man, you got a lot to say about it. You're a fucking hoot. You really are. Yeah, you might want to look at the proper way. I'm sure you'll find it on here, how to install a headliner. It's the whole thing. That's how I know. When that thing was, it was black, like a thin cloth. And that thing would be sagging down, all bubbling. And that's how I realized I'm going my finger. I'm like, oh, there's cardboard behind there. It took a few thumbtacks. I stuck it in this, keep from hitting me on the fucking head when I was driving in that fucking thing. That whole thing comes down. There's clips all along the side that secure that whole piece up into the roof panel. You take that whole thing out, you flip it upside down so the side that's going to be above you, facing you, is facing you on a table or a bench. Clean it. Take a spray adhesive. You spray it all. You take whatever fabric or vinyl or whatever you're using for a new covering, and you get it all on there. You let it dry, and it's all nice and straight, and it's fitted. It sticks right to that. There's nothing to stretch when you get it in there. And then any excess around the edges, that's where you trim it. And then you put it back up, and you secure that whole unit back in with all the clips. But I guess, you think you're installing a fucking carpet? Going to lay it out and try to stretch it a little bit, and it'll look fine. That thing's still going to sag. It's not glued to anything. And the roof of the car is round, so the center's going to be fucking sagging. It's not going to be like this. It's not going to fit the shape of the fucking roof. Oh yeah, you'll have it all stretched out in the ends. You're going to have a gap like this. You'll be able to take your finger and be pushing that thing up before you fucking hit what it should be secured to with a fucking adhesive. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, I'm quite sure there's a garage somewhere out there that fucking uses a guy like you. Anyway, have a great day. Have fun. Stay safe.